Hi, I'm Kelli.
And I'm Andromida, and we're at Pilates Sports Center in Los Angeles, California.
Thanks so much for joining us. This is Natalie, and today we're going to do some airplane Pilates. A lot of times when we travel, whether it's for business or pleasure, the body has a tendency to just get stiff from sitting for so long. So we're going to do a few stretches and exercises that will help keep your body feeling better, more mobile, and give you a little stress relief along the way. So the first exercise we're going to do is a seated figure 4 stretch. So with 2 feet planted on the ground, you're going to lift one leg and cross that ankle over the opposite knee and gently lean forward. On this, first think tail out, chest out, so the back is slightly arched. You can use your arm or your elbow to gently press into the knee to intensify that stretch. We realize that space is an issue in a plane seat, so just stay nice and gentle and only go as far forward as your seat allows. Then we can also round the spine and intensify that stretch, taking the body closer to the leg, taking the forehead closer to the leg. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, and then curl all the way back up. And let's do that on the other side. Crossing the other way. Gently lean forward, thinking tail out, chest out. Sending the sternum towards the leg. And then let the body round and drop the forehead towards the shin. And take that stretch right there. Good, and go ahead and come all the way up. Then we're also going to do some toe taps here, and this is great for circulation, helps prevent blood clots and varicose veins in the legs, and just keeps the body moving. So right there, I want you to separate the feet slightly. Start to tap your toes a little bit, so just a little thumping noise, and you can do them alternating or you can do them together. You're going to start to fire those leg muscles all the way up, and it just gets the body going. Take a nice deep breath in and keep patting, and then just thump both toes right there. Good. Thumping them down, maybe about 10 more. You feel that working happening in your legs? Yeah. Good, excellent, and then take a rest. The next one is called arch curl. So we're just gonna plant the hands on the thighs with the elbows nice and wide. Good, she's gonna lift the sternum and the chest to the ceiling as she leans forward. This feels really good through the mid-back. Good, and then take that right into a nice curl. So as she curls, the focus on this is to really open up the thoracic spine in the back. It feels delicious. Good, one more time, go right into that arch. Yep, lifting the sternum. You got it, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, and then drawing the abdominals in and sending the thoracic spine back towards the chair, rounding forward, getting space in your rib cage and in your back. It feels really good. Good, come all the way up. And then the last stretch we're gonna do here in your seat is just a lateral flexion stretch. And you may not have room to send your arm all the way up over your head, so you can just make it your elbow and connect your hand behind your head and send the elbow nice and high. She's gonna find the length from her ribs to her hips and lean up and over to the side, opening her rib cage. It feels really good on your body. Sending that elbow nice and high. Good, coming all the way back up, and go ahead and do that on the other side. Up and over, keeping the space right here, opening these segments over on this side. Deep inhale, and come right back up to the top. Good. We've also got some standing exercises for you.
Wonderful. So if you have the ability to move about the aircraft, it would be great for you to be able to walk up and down the aisleways, if that's possible. If also possible, to come to the rear of the plane or the front of the plane. She's going to stand and come to the back of her aircraft. Make ssure that you check with the flight attendants that it's okay to do that, because we're going to use the chair actually.
Okay.
If you're going to be standing somewhere near the galley, you don't want to interrupt and disturb anybody. So if that's possible and you're standing in the rear of your plane, you can usually catch the back of somebody's chair, or there's usually some sort of barrier where she can stand and perform some standing Pilates, which is actually pretty challenging and will get the heart rate up. With the tail tucked and the opposite knee bent, she's going to raise her right knee to her chest. And we're just going to raise and lower this leg, straight standing, straight up 10 times. So it's just quick, and it's up, and 3, and 4, and keep breathing. And 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and go side, same leg, up and down for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and breathing. Good. And then the opposite leg, we're going to come back to our parallel stance. Heart starts to beat, doesn't it? It's amazing. Yep. So do not believe that Joe Pilates was hanging on to anything, but we're going to use this for a little balance assistance. And after that 10, the last lateral. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And back to a parallel stance. And now we're going to do our tendon stretch standing. So instead of just plain old calf raises, we're going to alternate prancing or running in place or tendon stretch. Okay? And again, that's going to work the calves, work the lower leg muscles, and get the blood flow up to the heart to again prevent blood clots, stagnating blood in the lower legs. And just breathing normally and pulling in your core, of course, and tucking your tail so you're protecting your back at all times. And that's enough for the lower body. Let's focus on the upper body now. So chest expansion standing. You're going to go ahead and release what you're hanging onto. Get a little stance of the hip distance apart with the feet and parallel. And we're going to soften those knees and tuck the tail. Chest expansion, inhale to pull. And we're going to rotate the head right. And holding and center. And left. And holding and center. And release the arms. And you want to really activate. We're going to go again. And turning the opposite way now. And really activate the back of the arms and resist this movement pattern. You can do a number of sets here. Great, and then after that's all done, what was our last exercise? Overhead stretching. All the way up breathing, all the way down. And we're gonna do just some shoulder rolls. You don't need much room to do that. We can do some gentle neck stretching, just standing in place and tip the head to one side. You don't want to roll the neck because you can injure the bones and the joints. So we're going to do just independent stretches and then the opposite side. And as you're doing this, you'll be dropping that opposite shoulder and really get these traps to drop out. And then just gently forward and releasing the back of the neck. It's always great when you're sitting in your seat for a long time to use a lumbar pillow as well. And then looking up gently and stretching the front of the neck. Excellent. So also to prevent jet lag, you want to avoid carbonated drinks, caffeine, alcohol. Drink plenty of fluids, fresh juices if possible, and keep moving as soon as you get to your destination and have a nice flight. Thank you.
Thanks.